Good day, everyone. I'm Jen Constantino. So, the title of my lecture for today is It's Not a Wall, but a Door. How are you during this pandemic? It's been 6 months since restaurants, schools, and so many small businesses were first shut down due to COVID-19, right? And because of this, many of us are staying at home. So, while staying at home, perhaps you were bored or busy doing some house chores. Or I also saw on the news that many people started home gardening. It says that home gardening blooms around the world during lockdown. How about you? Have you started gardening? Yeah, so many people started home gardening for several reasons. Some because it's hard to go out, so some home gardening is really good, like good stores of food, vegetable, fruit. There are also people who started gardening to be freed from boredom. And there are also people who use it as their business, like selling vegetables, fruit, or plant for wall or house decoration. You know, when we plant or do gardening, as the seed we plant grows, there are also weeds that come out. And if we don't pluck it out, then it absorbs more nutrients than the seed we planted. Likewise with our heart is like a ground. There are thoughts that arise like weeds, and when you neglect them, they grow and cover our heart. These thoughts, these weeds of our heart should be plucked out. And here in the Philippines, we can see from the news the increasing number of suicidal cases. And since the onset of the pandemic, the National Center for Mental Health has recorded a significant increase in the monthly hotline calls from 80 to 400 regarding depression and possible suicide. And though the Philippines has been consistently ranked in the top 5 of Global Optimism Index, why do we have the increase of mental health calls? Is it because of the pandemic, the problems we are facing? You know, if we only know the world of heart, then we could be freed from these weeds like thoughts. And at the LRT stations, thousands of people come and go on the overpass, underpass. A lot of people walk by. But why it's not a problem? Because they just come and go. It becomes a problem when they stay at the station and don't go. That's the time police come and catch them, right? Likewise, thousands of thoughts arise from our heart, but it becomes a problem when it stays. There's a story I would like to share you today. This is the story of a man who has gone out of his town, comes back and finds that his house is on the fire. It was one of the most beautiful houses in the town, and the man loved the house the most. Actually, many people were ready to give double price for the house, but he had never agreed for any price, and now it is just burning before his eyes. And the thousands of people have gathered, but nothing can be done. The fire has spread so far that even if you try to put it out, nothing will be saved. So he became very sad. His son comes running and whispers something in his ear. Father, don't be worried. I sold it yesterday and at a very good price, 3 times. The offer was so good, I could not wait for you. So forgive me, Father, for not telling you in advance. And the father said, oh, thank God, it's not ours now. Then the father is relaxed and became a silent watcher, just like the thousands of other watchers. Let's think about it. Just a moment before, he was not a watcher. He was attached. It is the same house, the same fire, everything is the same. But now he is not concerned. In fact, started enjoying it just as everybody else in the crowd. Then the second son comes running and he says to the father, what are you doing? You are smiling and the house is on fire? And the father said, don't you know your brother has sold it? And the second son said, we have taken only advance amount, not settled fully. I doubt now that the man is going to purchase it. Again, everything changes. Tears which had disappeared have come back to the father's eyes. His smile is no more there. And the third son comes and he says, that man is a man of his word. I have just come from him. He said, it doesn't matter whether the house is burned or not. It is mine, and I'm going to buy or to pay the price that I have settled for. Neither you knew nor did I know that the house would catch on fire. Again, the joy is back and they became watchers. Actually, nothing is changing, just the feeling that I am the owner. I am not the owner. of the house makes the whole difference. Everyone, this burning house is like the pandemic that we are facing right now. The house is like the circumstances that we have. When we think about it, it's not the burning house that matter the most, but which thought we accept. Everyone, we must think deeply what we're going to accept. We actually consider our problems as wall, a very high wall, and think to ourselves that we cannot get past on that. Do you know what's this? This is not a wall or fence, it's a door. When you look at it, it's closed. However, the door is created that when you open it, it will open. But why we don't open it? It's because we already made the decision. We can also experience difficulty, but once we open the door called difficulty, it will open. Those people who didn't try to open them, they die. Do you have the thought that you can't open it? You know, when we want to go to other place, for example, from Manila to Baguio, do you walk or run? Yes, you may run, but it is so tiring that it could even absorb all of your energy, right? Likewise, when we have problem, don't run. Look for a car, look for someone who could help you. So Viktor Franklin, an Austrian neurologist and psychologist or psychiatrist and a Holocaust survivor, said that it's a personal choice of one on how to carry your own load. Victor said the people did not die because of their surrounding or the situation, but it's because of their choice. We have difficulties. This is the difficulties that everyone is facing, but you can just pass through. When you face difficulties, you learn what you learn and you pass through them. What's in front of you is not a wall, but a door. Thank you very much.